Drift. I know you all probably know exactly what this song is. It is the song that I always kind of look back as the one that just kind of put the Dave Matthews Band, kind of where they are today. It's the most popular. I think it's the most listened to on Spotify. I don't know why it's taken me like 90 tutorials to finally do this. It's not a super hard song. I know a bunch of beginners that have approached me and said this was like the first song they ever learned on the guitar or tried to learn on the guitar. And so it gets tiring as the song goes on. If you're playing along with this entire song, this little placement where you are the entire time gets a little bit, other than in the Into Me and that E right there, that's really the only place you get kind of a rest. I'm going to show you how you can kind of trick the song a little bit, and you can do something that's probably not going to make your hands quite as tired. I want to throw in a little Tim Reynolds part that's actually on the album version, and yeah. So I'll quit blabbering and we'll get into Crash Into Me. Like I said, so it's pretty good little stretch, and these two fingers are pretty much staying here throughout the song. Okay, we're gonna start off. So the ring finger and the pinky are gonna be here on the 4th fret G string. We're gonna be on the 5th fret on the B string, and you want to kind of leave. You want to leave that. You want to hear that open high E whenever you're strumming throughout the song, because that kind of gives it that sound, that crash sound, okay? And I always tell people, when you're warming up to try and learn this song, I would almost keep that just like that. When you want to learn that strumming pattern, I would hit an open A. Sorry, I messed that up. Just keep doing that with an open A. And that's giving you that strumming pattern, and it's helping you to practice before you start worrying about where you're moving your forefinger and your middle finger, okay? So while we've got that down there, we're gonna start off right here on the 4th fret A string with that middle finger, and we're gonna stretch all the way over here to that 2nd fret on the D string. So when you strum, it should sound like that. And I know it is very hard to do this chord and keep that high E open. But again, that's where I always tell you guys, pay attention to that thumb placement. Bring that thumb placement a little bit down on the back of that neck, and you're gonna be able to bend those fingers a little bit more to where you're not laying this finger across it and your pinky's not hitting it, so you can really get that. Okay? So that first chord is here. Like I said, we're gonna be on the 4th fret A string, and we'll be over here on the 2nd fret D string, and still on the 4th and 5th down here on the G and the B. You're plucking individually that A string, okay? That's how that strumming pattern is gonna go throughout this song. I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on this. I just want you guys to really practice on that right there, okay, that. Hitting that again, that A string again. That's what that strumming pattern is gonna be. It switches up a little bit here, but again, I'm not gonna go into a super amount of detail on that, because I want you guys to learn to be able to listen. If you're a beginner, I want you to be able to learn to listen where these switches are coming from. Because if I'm sitting here telling you to go, that's how you're gonna continue to play it. If you're listening to it and you're trying to, and that's the way that I always try and do this with these songs, is I try and listen to it. Even when I was a beginner, when I first started out, I would sit there and try and play along. I would rewind it and try and play along, rewind it, and you're learning the strumming patterns, and it's going to help you a lot more than when you're just sitting here going, A string, down, up, A string, I've seen that be problematic to beginners. So we'll leave it at that. Try listening to the album like I was saying. So anyways, we gotta move on. And then you're actually gonna hit that open A. Okay, so it's all I did right there was take that middle finger off and hit that open A. That's it. These three fingers staying the same. And down. Then we're gonna move this finger up to that 2nd fret A string. All right, so then we're gonna hit an open E. So follow along here, we're going. Moving up here. Open E. Dun, 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 dun. So just notice where you're hitting those open strings. And notice when you're hitting just a single string and you're not just strumming, okay? Really pay attention to that because those are the notes that make this song. So open E, then we're gonna put, after that open E, we're gonna put our middle finger down on the 4th fret E string. This finger has moved back down to the A string, or to the D string, from the A string. So when I actually move that finger, when I hit that open E, then we're going here, and then hitting that open A again. Then we're going back through up to here, moving this one. So when you're putting that down there, what you're essentially doing is replacing that first note that we hit here. Off. And that's the thing, it's a really strange explanation of this song because of how he goes through the notes, through those single string notes that he's playing right there, okay? Off, open A. Then we're going right there on the 2nd fret A, open E. Then we're going here with that middle finger on the 4th fret E. Then we're going open A. Then we're coming back through. And then instead of going here the next time around, we're going back to there. Start back over there on that right there. So you're going through that repetitively throughout the song. Okay, so if we're just doing just these bass notes here, we're going. Starting back again, okay? And you can almost hear that crash into me, yeah, as you're going through those bass notes. So hopefully that'll help you guys out. If y'all want to just play around with that, and then go through those bass notes of. You can do that too. That tends to help people out quite a bit. So just do what works best for you. I wanted to give you guys a couple of options there because that can be kind of a tricky, that intro and verse, whatever you want, verse, it can get a little bit tricky. So then we're gonna get into that little Tim Reynolds part that I was talking about, just for the kind of the fun of it. And I think he says, I think it's just kind of an instrumental part. There mainly you can hear it in the beginning of the studio version of this song. So you're keeping same position here on the 4th and the 5th, the G and the B strings right there. All I'm doing right here, I'm just strumming those from the D string down, and on that upstroke, sorry, I'm just putting on that high E and put my forefinger on the 2nd, middle finger right here on the 4th, keeping these here the entire time. So just a little added part there that's kind of fun to mess around with for you guys. And then the into me, yeah. That sounded really great, my singing. We're gonna go on the E string. We're just climbing up from the 4th, 5th, 7th, E. Just an E chord. Then we're gonna bring our middle finger up here to the to the F sharp on the 2nd fret E string, and then we'll be on the 2nd fret right here on the G string and on the 3rd fret B string. And that's what that strumming is there. That's it. Then you're switching back up to. Okay, so that strumming right there. And this is when he says, "And I come into you." You go through this here, what we just talked about. Then when he says, "In a boy's dream," you are just going straight, this chord, you're gonna go through that. Okay, so you're gonna go through that, and then you're just gonna play it just how the verse goes, how we've been working on it. You're just gonna stay there, boy's dream. Okay, and then what I wanted to show you was, I know your hand is gonna be hurting by the end of this song. I've played this song maybe 500 times, and my hand still hurts by the time I get to the end of this song. So if you want to take that pinky off and just move all of your fingers like this, so that you're getting a little bit more of a rest. I think Dave Matthews does this in Listener Supported. I think you can see it pretty well. I'm just using these 3 fingers here as opposed to these 2 here. So it's just, like I said, I wanted to add a couple of different things because I know there are 1,000 Crash Into Me tutorials out there. I just always like to throw some different things in for you guys that are kind of fun to do. And that definitely makes it easier if you do that down there. Kind of loosens up your fingers a little bit, but so that's Crash Into Me, like the most popular Dave Matthews Band song ever. Sorry, it took me almost 100 tutorials to get to it. But hopefully this was good and helpful to you guys. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go over there to DMB Guitar Teach and have a lot of fun over there with you guys. You know, kind of helping each other out over there. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe and stay healthy, everybody.